Hey, y'all, Bloodwing here, back to bring some grumpiness to your internet. With me today is Irate Bear.
Hello, everybody.
And Ranting Monkey.
Hi, guys.
Who's just waking up, so give him a break.
I can tell. I can tell.
It's all right. We old folks, we sleep at all times of the day. I actually tried to lay down for a short nap before the stream, and I just couldn't do it. I was too wound up.
Yeah, but Bloodwing is not a happy chappy on this wonderful Tuesday.
No, I'm not. Honestly, I cannot remember being this upset over something stupid I've seen on the internet since the first time I've seen queer kid stuff or Black Hitler. I'm wound. But we'll get to that in a little bit. How are you guys doing?
I am good. Thank you very much for asking, mate. I decided against making a video for Irate Alex today, as I released one yesterday. My missus, my Vanilla Bear, attended some community thing at the school, and she spoke to like a community development worker, whatever they are, and apparently they want to talk to me because of how clued up I am on mental health stuff. So I guess I have an email to send. Not entirely sure what she wants to talk to me about, but
did she threaten to stab him with a screwdriver?
She did not. Alas, she did not.
She's slipping. She's slipping.
She have to have a talk with her. Mate, do it. Tell her off.
Gonna have to have a talk with her. Monkey, how's your day going? I know you've slept, just woke up, but
it's a rough start to the morning. How you doing, Blood?
Oh, not too bad. Not too bad. Physically, I'm fine. It just just a little upset. But yeah, doing pretty good. Before we get going, guys, please remember to like and share the stream. You know, because YouTube's not going to give us any help. And if you feel like you would like to help an old man out, the links to my Streamlabs and Patreon are in the description. I just ask that if you send something to my Streamlabs, let me know in chat so I know to read it.
Indeed. Yeah, please, guys, share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. It really helps out the show. Really does.
Yeah, and we've had some awesome ratios. I mean, I was just thinking I'm going to have to start calling you guys the ratio rats because you're just too good to me.
I have a goal for Redneck Radio. 3 or 4 months time, maybe 100 viewing with 100 likes. That would be pretty good.
Yeah, I could go for that. Sure.
Yeah. Because so far we've hit around 82, 84 viewers.
Yep.
So far, I think we can do better. The good people of the Redneck Radio Nation are more than happy to share out the stream. And
I'm still slowly growing. Every day I pick up a few more. Although today I lost about 10. I figure that's
have a purge.
That's what I figure. But
Let's
let's
have a quick look at Social Blade. See how that's doing.
Either that or there's just 10 people who decided they don't like my old redneck butt anymore, which is okay. Hey.
Or YouTube unsubscribe them from you.
Yeah.
We know what YouTube is like.
Exactly.
Mate, they even hide my family-friendly content on Irate Alex from my subscribers sometimes.
Oh, I don't have any doubts at all. I was just having a small conversation with Bear before the stream. I'm going to propose a new game to you all. Guess what time BW has to go to the bathroom before the stream's over?
I'm going to say about halfway through the stream. So that's 3:30 for you. That's 8:30 for me.
Ranting Ramsey, what? No Melvin? I wish there was a way I could pull off Melvin while I'm also in the chat.
Cryptic. Irate Bear working at a suicide prevention center. Man the fuck up, fag. Get your ass in shape, home slice. I'm not that mean. I'm not that mean. I'm very empathetical to people who have mental health problems. So indeed, indeed. But Bloodwing, I believe you wanted to go on an epic rant.
I do. I've got to do some unloading, even if it's just for me. I realize people have covered this quite good up to this point. Satsu and Sinatra and I know Monkey's hit it on his morning streams and stuff, but I haven't.
A little bit.
You know, I haven't, and I need to get it off my chest, so to speak.
Oh, by the way, Bloodwing, just a heads up, if I mute myself, it's because my dinner has arrived and I've not eaten yet. So
if we don't want to hear you chomp your lips,
exactly, that's why I'm going to mute myself.
No problem, dude. But yeah, it's been a wild couple of days. I really had to fight with myself not to do an impromptu stream yesterday just to talk about it, because I was wound up. I was really wound up. But yeah, I've been slamming coffee today, even heavier than usual, and tracking down every little bit that I can. But everybody knows what we're alluding to. It's the Covington Catholic school situation. Yeah, Ranning Ramsey, the MAGA kids, I'm assuming. And bear with me, because I'm going to go through my thought process as this whole thing unfolded. Just to show you what I was thinking and how it came about. But the first I'd heard of it was, I think, Saturday, when somebody asked in this stream, asked Monkey what his thoughts on it were, and he had a very good response, which should have been a lot of people's response. I don't know enough about it yet. Which
I've been told I don't do that I don't wait for facts.
Well, I don't know, but you sure did on that one, because that was your response. Which should have been a lot more people's response, for Pete's sake. That's how we got here. So I started looking into it. And at that point, there wasn't an awful lot on the internet yet about it. Just pretty much the little small, taken out of context clip that we all began with. And when I first looked at it, I could see how it looked like that they were being little snots. You know, that's what it made it look like, that little clip it. And I was even talking to my daughter, the one, Mama Minnie, that shows up in chat here. We were talking to her on the computer on Skype or something. And she asked me if I'd seen it. And she immediately jumped on, you know, of course, the Indian fella, excuse me, Native American fella.
I'm Native American.
I am an 8th Indian, so I do have the right to be a little racist there. But
everybody born in America is a Native American, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
It's what the word native means for
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And if you want to follow that all the way, not to get us off track, even they weren't native to this country, because at once upon a time they crossed the Bering Strait land bridge over from Asia. So yeah, there you go. Anyway, she's immediately going to take his side because he's claiming to be an ex-Marine, and so is she. And I could see why. And then a smaller video come out that showed a little more, which showed me that, yeah, he approached them. They didn't block him. But I still wanted to punch the kid in the face because he looked smirky. Now, I'm a redneck, you know, and you could say a lot about us rednecks with all the hold my beer and, hey, y'all watch this, and because that's all true. But one thing we do is he said doo-doo. We teach respect for your elders. Even if you don't agree with them, you respect them. That's drummed in our head from birth.
Drummed.
No pun intended, but kind of glad I did. So I looked at it, and his face did look a little smirky, and I still I'm thinking maybe there's fault on both sides here. But then the full video come out, and I looked at it, and I researched it, and I looked at it some more, and I could see right away where this kid, these are teenagers. They're young teenagers. I'm guessing what, 16, 17?
The kid that he stopped right in front of him, was banging the drum in his face. He was a junior, so 16 or 17.
Yeah. They've never been up against anything like this, you know, probably in their whole life. And I've been to Covington. It's not a big place, people. They're not used to stuff like this over there. And he's doing what he best can, you know. He's doing what best he can. Of course, we know all the story. Okay, I won't go into all of that. It's very clear that the kids did nothing except stand there. And when one kid did start to step in, the kid whose the drum was banging in his face looked over and said, "Don't do that." You can see that on the video. Mm-hmm. It's clear that they lied when they said build the wall. You can watch that full video end to end and you will not hear that. What you will hear is one of the Native Americans saying, "Go back to Europe." You will also hear those black Hebrews, whatever they call themselves, not only taunting and hollering racist epithets and homophobic epithets at the kids, but even racist stuff to the Indians, calling them Uncle Tomahawk and idol worshipers and so forth. That you will see, but you won't see the kids do anything wrong. But through this whole thing, you have people screaming for them to be physically harmed. Their school burned down. I read today where they actually had to close the school down today because it was unsafe. Are you freaking kidding me, people? These are kids. And even if this stuff was true, which it's not, you use it as a teaching moment, not a time to spill their blood. I'm trying to keep myself under a little bit of rain here. Because I'm telling you, fellas, I'm upset. Bear knows I love horror movies, and I have one rule for horror movies: you don't hurt kids, or I'm turning your show off. Mm-hmm. You don't hurt kids. These are kids. You know, I'm amazed that they were able to handle it as well as they did.
Even if they hadn't, like you said, the answer is not to throw them into a wood chipper, yeah, or shoot them, or any of the other wonderful things I saw directed at them on Twitter.
Yeah. And this wasn't even a partisan thing. This wasn't just the left. There were a lot of conservatives that immediately jumped on the bandwagon. Oh, these kids are terrible. You know, I guess to not make themselves look racist or something. I don't know. But what has happened to us as a society when we just immediately jump on the lynch mob here, you know, and are screaming for blood? I don't get it. I've been saying for days over these streams that the news has changed to the point where it's not news anymore. It's just they're all opinion pieces. And even though for this actual event, I throw a lot of the blame on the black Hebrews and the American Indian. He obviously, you know, people can give him a pass all they want. No, he could have went around the people. He claimed he was getting in between them. There was no way. He did not step between the two groups. He went in the middle of the white kids. And after more research on the guy, he's kind of got a history of doing stuff like this, calling racism and stuff. He's an opportunist. And there's some question about his military service. I'm going to gather my thoughts for a minute. One of you two guys jump in for a sec.
Monkey, you do me.
Well, I'm just reading this part because there's a guy called House Shoes who put out a tweet saying that he wants, if you're a fan of his, you need to shoot anybody wearing a MAGA hat. And it was in response to the whole kids thing here. And somebody reported it, and Twitter answered them, Thank you for your recent report. We have reviewed your report carefully and found there was no violation of Twitter rules.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Irish Rose. Yeah, I know. I've seen that.
Milo Yiannopoulos got kicked off because he called a manly woman a man.
Yeah.
I guess what he should have done was said she should have been shot. Is that, I mean, you know, because they want productive dialogue.
Yeah. And Irish Rose, yeah, I agree. When I first saw the still photo that everybody's seen, it looked like the kid was smirking. But I'm telling you, I firmly believe now it was a really nervous smile. He had no clue what was going on.
I don't care if he was smirking or not. When I saw that picture, the reason I told you I don't know enough about this last week was because looking at it, something seemed off.
Yeah.
If this kid, and just from the short video that I saw, the original short video, this was supposedly kids who had just come up and surrounded this man who was celebrating his indigenous heritage at the Indigenous March, which apparently was 6 people. There was nothing to indicate that they were being aggressive at all towards him. They were all hanging back. And he was banging a drum in the kid's face.
I mean, most of us adults wouldn't even know how to handle that, let alone a kid.
Well, I'd have told him to go get fucked, but
yeah.
I didn't see anything in there with all of this hatred and animosity towards these kids. I saw, even if he was smirking, even if he was like, this guy's fucking retarded, he did nothing wrong. He fucking stood there. They're literally, when they're going, oh, he's smirking, they are literally saying he's committing a thought crime because we don't know what he's thinking, but it's obviously wrong.
Yeah. And of course, you know what it is. He's a white kid with a MAGA hat.
It was all the MAGA hat. Hey. The MAGA hat is all that mattered.
Yeah. It's instant hate. And the thing that just really has got me fired up, that even though all the evidence is out there, it's been totally debunked, there are still people hanging on to that point of view, even doubling down.
Yes.
Why? Because he wore a MAGA hat. That's the only reason it could be.
It's retarded. It really is. And I've been so pissed off about this. I really, really have. And some of the reactions I've seen, and it's not okay to suggest that, you know, regular people deserve to be murdered for disagreeing with you. But you're talking about kids here. These are the same people. And I think it was Satsu who pointed this out. I can't remember who it was, but somebody pointed it out. These are the same people who got absolutely butthurt for anybody making fun of the Parkland kids.
Yeah.
Don't make fun of those kids. Oh, wait. These kids have MAGA hats on. Kill them.
Mm-hmm. The other argument I've seen that it just shows the hypocrisy. If you even dare to claim that some girl that got raped was asking for it because of what she was wearing, these same people would throw a fit. But since they're wearing a MAGA hat, they're asking for it.
It's funny though, you notice they just mention he's wearing a MAGA hat. They never delve into what that means to them. There have been a couple of people who are like, they were racist just for wearing that hat. I saw a story just a little while ago. They were racist and sexist. Well, misogynistic is the word they used. Just for having them on.
Yeah,
they were wearing the paraphernalia of a racist and a misogynist.
Nuts. They said put them in a wood chipper hat first.
Hat first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And here's the other thing. You know, you and I both are free speech absolutists.
Yes.
Okay. But whenever the topic of free speech comes up, everybody, usually somewhere, you know, yelling fire in a crowded theater is brought up, that idea. And this is pretty much what this is. I mean, this is what happened. And when that happens, people don't think, they don't research, they react because it's, you know, an instant danger. Now, these media sources that help spread this, if one of these kids get hurt or heaven forbid killed, are they going to take responsibility? Of course not.
I even have a problem with the yelling fire in a crowded theater thing, because if you don't look for flames, I blame that on you.
Exactly. I agree.
But once you start advocating actual violence, when you start telling your supporters to go shoot somebody, that is a criminal act. That is, you're asking for people to be murdered. That's not free speech anymore. That's a crime.
Yeah. Hey, Cal, I see your post, and yes, I know that. I wasn't sure how far it went. There's been some question over his service period, but I knew that his age did not fit the dates for actually being in Vietnam. So yeah, I was pretty sure that part of it was wrong, but I didn't know.
People in the chat, I rate bear, do this. I rate bear. Shut the fuck up. Fucking tag Bloodwing yourself. If he ignores you, that's his prerogative.
Bear can't tell me do anything though. He knows that.
You can try to tell me what to fucking do. I ain't your fucking skivvy.
If you want my attention, just make sure you put Ranting Monkey in there before you type, because I look for the orange boxes, but I'm also reading news as we do this.
Exactly.
So it catches my eye if I see the orange box, but otherwise I'm not paying a lot of attention right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and even in a stream this small, the chat goes by fairly quickly sometimes, and if you don't tag us, we're not going to see that orange box, and we'll probably miss it. But you know, if one of them kids get hurt because of what they've proposed and what they've tried to get people to do, they're not going to assume responsibility for that. Well, we didn't do it.
Well, you already have parents of these kids calling to sue, and I think they'll have some good suits against a lot of people. The Washington Post, for example, they spread straight up lies about these kids. They put it in print, and we know they knew it was a lie.
Yeah,
that's libel, you ass.
Yeah.
And I hope a whole bunch of people in the news get the shit suit out of them over this. So maybe, just maybe, they'll start taking their actual job serious. I want to read something if you don't mind.
No, go ahead.
I have to find it. Satsu tweeted it out last night. Here it is. This is from The Atlantic, and I don't know what story it's from. But this is
wait a second, Monkey. Wait a second. Just to explain something to the chat. Guys, you don't have to @ somebody for them to get an orange box. You just type out their name and it will still do exactly the same thing.
Yeah, as long as it has their name.
Yeah, thank you, Fussy. Yeah.
It won't tag Ranting Monkey until he types in the chat. But you can just type Ranting Monkey and he will see an orange box.
Yep, just like that. Thank you, Nuts. This is from some writer at The Atlantic. I don't have the actual. I wish I had the whole article. I have to contact him, see if we can get it. But here's what this writer wrote. If the Covington Catholic incident was a test, it's one I failed, along with most others. Will we learn from it, or will we continue to roam social media looking for the next outrage fix? Next time a story like this surfaces, I'll try to sit it out until more facts have emerged. I'll remind myself that the truth is sometimes unknowable, and I'll stick to discussing the news with people I know in real life instead of with strangers whom I've never met. I'll get my news from legitimate journalists instead of from an online mob for whose Saturday morning indignation is just another form of entertainment. And above all, I'll try to take the advice I give my kids daily, put down the phone and go do something productive. Now, I wanted to point that out because of that one line there. I'll get my news from legitimate journalists. Do you know how many legitimate journalists jumped all over this story in the same fucking way? They were all doing it. Even Jake Tapper had to come out the next day and go, whoops, I got it wrong.
Yeah.
At least some are actually admitting faults.
A few.
Some.
Yeah.
A few, yeah. Not all of them, but a few.
Pumpkin Trucker, from here on, the Engine Dude shall be known as Chief from Lies. Actually, I've seen tweets from other Native American groups that have said that, yes, we are aware of this guy. Don't trust him. He lies. You know, that's from his fellow Native Americans. So
Indians.
Yeah. Did you hear the Indian drummer, Lion Patriot? Yes, we were just discussing that. His age didn't match up, dude. He's not that much older than me, and I missed Vietnam. Barely, but I missed it.
Zero says there are no more legitimate journalists after this. There weren't before.
No.
Let's be honest about it. This just blew up because of how big this story got, how quickly, and how wrong.
Yeah.
You guys have to remember, it was only 2 days before, was it even 2 days before this, that the entire news media had to come out and go, oh, whoops, we screwed up, because BuzzFeed had put out an article.
Yeah.
And the Mueller team in a first came out and said, this BuzzFeed article's wrong. It's the first time they've come out and mentioned anything about any story. And they came out to go, you're wrong. And it was because the entire news media went out there and reported what BuzzFeed had reported. Of course, they went, well, we're BuzzFeed says. Like, BuzzFeed says it, but you're repeating it, you shitbag. You didn't go out there and do any information or any digging on your own, so that makes it your story right now. Stop it.
Simius, I don't know why the media is not bringing up the Black Israelites, because they were probably the worst players in the whole thing. I see fault on them and the Indian, but my gosh, did you hear the things that they were hollering? Oh, yeah. I get it. They're a small fringe nut job group. I get that, but that doesn't excuse it.
Well, Chief Lying Pants, his newest excuse for him walking up to this kid and causing shit is that he was trying to de-escalate the situation.
Yeah.
Well, then why didn't you go over to the 4 black men standing there who were actually the ones causing the problem? Yeah. Oh, right. That doesn't give you a Twitter moment, does it? And that black man kicks the shit out of you for getting in his face like that.
There's even been today, I've seen there's been a written account of what actually happened by one of the chaperones of the trip, which totally matched what the video shows and what the kids have been saying about it.
Yeah. There is nothing that has come out of Nathan Phillips that has been shown to be true yet. The Black Israelites were definitely the ones who were starting all this shit. And for the record, they were talking shit about the natives as well.
Yeah. They were calling them Uncle Tomahawks. And
yes. And being absolutely racist. But who did he go? He was going to go calm down the kids who were doing nothing wrong. Yep, that makes sense. You lying shitbag. You did this for a shot at fame, and you got it, man. And now you're just lying all over the place.
But of course,
can't wait till we get the movie.
Yeah, of course, I feel like I know why nobody's going after the Black Israelites, because they don't want to be called a racist, and we know that's what will happen.
Well, they weren't wearing MAGA hats.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you're racist if you're not wearing a MAGA hat.
Exactly. But if you wear a MAGA hat, you should be thrown headfirst into a wood chipper.
Yeah, even if you don't say anything racist.
And the people that lost out on this, that still aren't giving up their narrative, are trying desperately any way that they can now to find other ways to make them look bad. They've showed a video at a basketball game from 8 years ago, which was a blackout game. Folks, Have you never been to a high school basketball game? Do you know what a blackout game is?
I don't.
Well, go ahead and explain it to him.
I've seen an image of it, by the way.
They just paint themselves black. It's not just this school. It happens at a lot of places, and it's not intended to be blackface.
And you wear all black.
Yeah.
They also do blue outs and white outs, where they wear all white and they paint their faces white. And they, even though these are little white kids,
yeah.
And blue outs, where they paint their face blue and wear nothing but blue.
Yeah. And this was 8 years ago, so it wasn't even this same group of kids.
No, but that's to show the racism these kids are taught in their Catholic school. Come on, man.
They show a picture of some of them in the basketball crowd holding up the OK symbol, which we know, is white power symbol.
I'm glad you brought that up. That is my favorite part of all of this.
White power, which we all know is a 4chan troll.
They're not even holding up an OK symbol.
No, it's a 3-pointer symbol.
It's a 3-pointer symbol. Somebody just hit a 3.
Yeah. People that watch basketball, that is the symbol for a 3-pointer.
Yeah.
And then there's this young girl just today I saw that is trying to accuse them of yelling at her because, you know, Trump stuff. And yet you look through her Twitter. Oh my gosh, the racist stuff.
Let me explain the video. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's an 8-second clip. Her and her friends have just walked past a bench with some kids on it that they claim are from Covington, which I'm cool for you to say that's who it was. And they're screaming, build the wall and MAGA. And she says, we think we hear slut at the end of it. I don't know if you hear slut or not. But she claims she walked past this bench and for absolutely no reason, these kids started yelling that at her.
Yeah.
And she's just so woke, she was hurt. But then, yeah, people started digging into her past, and she has a wonderful tweet that says, flies are poop eating. I don't want to say the word.
N-word.
Poop eating N-words.
Yeah. And there's more. That wasn't the only tweet. There's more. No, it's very racist stuff.
Yeah, there's one where she's talking with one of her friends who is saying that when his kid grows up, they're gonna play ball whether they want to or not. And there's a small exchange, and she goes, "Well, I hope they're not black or Asian."
Yeah. Yeah, Maniac Man 2030. He says, "Hey, Bloodwing, Randy Monkey, isn't this year off to a great start?" I know we've already had Gillette, we've had this, and we've had the BuzzFeed fiasco. I'm ready to do a restart.
Yeah. 2019 is. I'm hoping this is like the major battle of the culture war, and people wake the fuck up because it's getting stupid.
Let's get it all out of the way right up front and have a better year now.
The only good things happen this year so far is seeing Article 13 get a good fisting.
Yeah.
Really? It's gone back to the drawing board, and I don't believe the EU can get the support they need.
Good. Because you guys would have been screwed, man.
Well, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding. But yeah, the people that were made to look bad when the full video come out, and it was so obvious that what they said happened didn't happen. They're pulling out anything they can to still look good, instead of admitting they were wrong. Because why? Because they're white kids wearing a MAGA hat. And then there's Philly D. Oh, Jesus. Don't get me wrong. I've been a long time subscriber of Philly D. I like his stuff, usually. And I went to watch his video from yesterday. The second it hit, I mean, he didn't even have it. When I got to his page, it didn't even have any likes or dislikes or anything. And I watched this thing, and I'm like, to begin with, I'm like, okay, it sounds like he's really going to apologize. And then he came out with the disclaimer, well, I just went off of what everybody was saying at that point, both sides. So, yeah, not my fault. And neglected to even mention any of the stuff about Mr. Phillips, the Indian.
Of course he didn't.
That was not an apology. That was a deflection.
Yep. That was, oops, I'm sorry you guys saw me do something stupid, but pretend you didn't. I'm good. I love that I'm gonna tell you what really happened. Like, bitch, you already lied once.
Yeah.
A ranting Ramsey. Philly D is Philip DeFranco. What is he? 5 million subs on YouTube?
Yeah.
Presents himself as a news channel.
That tries to get all the story wrong.
That tries to get all
the
facts.
Got it wrong.
From time to time, he gets a little bit progressive, shall we say, from time to time. Not all the time.
I expect that from him. But by and large, he usually comes up somewhere down the middle. But you do know that he doesn't like Trump. That's pretty obvious. And so he's got a little bias toward that. But what gets me is he especially recently, he puts himself over as an alternative news source to get the real news.
Yep. Because he waits. That's what he says. Because most people don't wait to get all the evidence, but he does. Usually.
Yeah.
Except in this case, where even when he did go to do his big show, he got the fucking story wrong.
See, I wouldn't have minded with the whole Twitter thing, but if because you know people shit post on Twitter all the time, you know it's very reactionary on there. But if he did it on his show and got it wrong as well on there, then disappointing.
Yeah. Well, he admitted the kids didn't do anything wrong, obviously, and he threw blame at the Black Israelites, but he certainly neglected to throw any blame at the Indian dude, and he didn't really. He excused it. He said, "I just went off of what everybody, both sides, left and right, was saying about it at the time."
Maybe, Phil, you should take a monkey approach and wait, you dick.
He was waiting for something like this to happen, though. It's like that's blatant. Like any excuse for him to kick off, he was fucking whinging about the Gillette reaction.
Yeah,
he made up a bunch of shit about the AOC dancing thing.
Yeah,
he's looking for any excuse to have a crack at the right wing.
But
he is.
If you wonder why I'm so upset about it and why some of us are so upset, you know, most things I see, stupid things I see on the internet, on Twitter, and so I just eye roll. Are you kidding me? Like the Gillette thing, that was more or less just an eye roll. Like, really? Come on. This is dangerous. This is going to get somebody hurt.
Yes, it is. I can't believe some people with this shit calling for the death of them. Say that they should be doxxed, they should be punched.
Wait, Philly D's lost 1,500 subs since you last checked, Cryptic? Is that true?
So a quick look at his social blade real quick. Hold on. Philip DeFranco. He it's more than that. He lost 876 subs yesterday and 2,758 today.
Wow.
There you go. That's what you get for being a dick.
Yep. Oh, he's in the red.
Hascat says, I am 64. I am a Vietnam era pre-July 75 vet, not a Vietnam vet. The slimeball plays a game by saying Vietnam times vet to try to claim stolen valor without actually breaking the law. You're exactly right, Hascat. He's smart enough to know that if he says it that way, that he can come back and say, well, I didn't say I was in Vietnam. I said Vietnam times.
There's a chance. I mean, he could have served in Vietnam, but he did not.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go back to that era, it is possible, but he didn't.
Yeah. The last Marine was pulled out of Vietnam before he would have been old enough to have went over.
Yes. Yeah, but for me, the Philly D thing, I knew he was gonna bitch out when it came time for his apology. He owes those kids an apology, frankly.
I was afraid he would, but I was hoping he wouldn't. Because like I said, I've been subscribed to him for a long time and I've enjoyed him for a long time.
But the part that bugged me was he still tried to make Phillips out to be some kind of good guy. We have the Washington Post article. This is the one that kicked it all off, was the Washington Post article where he says that he was nervous. He didn't know what to do. He was actually kind of scared because he had no way to retreat. Well, he did. There were the people right behind him were his own people, and it's not like they were completely surrounded by these kids.
And he fucking lied. He had enough room to his right that he could have marched 4 people through there. So,
he could have went. Yeah, he fucking lied, and Phil just kept trying to make it like, well, he's still he's a noble Indian. He's a noble Indian. And they're never Indians who lie. There's never vets who lie. No. He's an Indian vet, so he's like the most perfect person ever. And he's basically Jesus.
That's the thing. And Mr. Phillips knows this too. He's playing on it. Is that American Indians, whatever you want to call them, have a special place in many people's heart, and that's left or right. Deck Train says aboard all leftist fetuses. This wasn't just the left. A lot of right-wing pundits were jumping on the bandwagon to start with.
Happy to be like, oh, fuck these kids.
Yeah.
Surprising.
They know that the Indian has a special place in Americans' hearts, and they're going to immediately jump for that conclusion. You know, and so, yeah.
Surprising to see the right do it as well.
Well, heaven forbid they look racist.
I think Satsu may have just seen the lies about the
Satsu's wound up about it.
Mr. Phillips, yeah, he just quote tweeted Nick Monroe's thread regarding the Native American activist. I think he's mad. He's mad.
So I don't know, chat. What do you think about it? Are we overreacting, or is this not one of the most dangerous things you've ever seen? A bad precedent. You know, not only them calling for the blood of these kids, but institutions like Twitter saying, well, there's nothing wrong with that.
Imagine calling for the blood of children.
I just can't. Look, I'm an old grumpy guy. I do not get along with teenagers very well. I don't. Because the second they pull attitude with me, I'm like, you want to test me, boy? I just don't get along with them. But I don't want to harm them. You know?
What was it? Was it Kathy Griffin calling for the details of that boy?
Oh, yes. Jesus Christ.
There was actually a really funny moment from that because she was calling for their details and he answered her directly.
Oh, shit, really?
You know, here I am. What do you need?
What did she do?
She just needs
I
to
didn't
shut
see
the
anything.
heck up. Oh, my gosh. Have you seen her without makeup?
I don't really want to.
It's not much better than her with makeup.
That lady is so unfortunate looking. She has no room to talk about anybody else about anything. Oh, it's enough to make a man go gay.
There was like another tweet that I saw that a chap called King Bob, I'm fairly sure he's a shared subscriber amongst the three of us, showed me a screenshot of some fucker basically doxing the kid who was smiling in the picture. I was like, fucking report him. You see someone doxing, especially a child, flag the cunt. Oh, nuts, don't worry about shilling my Streamlabs.
Here's the thing, though. There was a story, I don't remember which one it was, we read last night. Posting a dox will get you kicked off Twitter.
Yeah.
Calling for the post of a dox will not. Calling for somebody's dox is not a punishable offense according to Twitter. To me, that sounds like targeted harassment, but apparently to Twitter, it does not.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dox of that kid had reached 55,000 retweets, but when I saw it, 100,000 likes as well.
This, if you couldn't tell, though, folks, this is important to me. This is, in my mind, this is so dangerous a thing that we can't let this go without talking about it until it's a dead horse been beat over 15 times.
Yeah, agreed. Absolutely. It's disgusting behavior as well. It is. I mean, how the fuck did we get to a point where, you know, people are calling for the dox or the fucking murder of teenagers because they were wearing MAGA hats and what were they attending a fucking pro-life rally or something?
Yeah, it was the March for Life.
Yeah. And who was it? Oh, one of your favorite people, Alyssa Milano. Monkey, that said, well, after the truth come out, she said, well, you know, let's not pretend they weren't all there for, you know, to tell women what they could do with their body to begin with. So can't tell me it's not racism.
It's fucking weird that a Catholic high school would be at the March for Life.
I know, right?
These are people who don't even necessarily believe in using birth control, for fuck's sake.
Exactly.
Doesn't really surprise me. I mean, you guys remember when I made my pro-life video, I had people fucking dishing out the death threats to me. So it doesn't surprise me.
Well, it is a topic that I tend to stay away from because, yeah, it's very polarizing. And unfortunately, the only reason I stay away from it is not because I'm afraid to give my opinion, is that it never ends up anywhere, getting anyone anywhere. Is just back and forth, you know, just yelling for the sake of yelling is what it ends up being. But
yeah, pretty much.
I want to read another thing to you.
Okay.
This comes from the Wrap, and they're talking about a GQ writer who called for the docs of these kids, and he regrets it, y'all.
Oh, he regrets it.
He regrets it. A GQ writer who says he regrets a now deleted tweet in which he called for the doxing of the Covington kids. He wrote this statement into the Wrap. It was an irresponsible and stupid tweet that happened in the heat of the moment because I was upset. It partly came from having been doxed by MAGA people myself, but it's no excuse and no one should wish that on anyone else. It's counterproductive to say anything along those lines, and if you make yourself look like an irrational, mean idiot, you're playing right into their hands. Yeah. Dude, you didn't make yourself look like an irrational, mean idiot. You showed yourself to be an irrational, mean idiot.
Right.
You did it.
And what if it ended up being true? What if they had done it? You have no right to call for their blood. You know, offending someone and being a racist is not punishable by capital punishment, the last I saw.
But this is the article that tells us a Twitter representative told the Wrap that Friedman's call to dox was not a violation of the company's terms of service and that only the action itself would be a violation for the doxer, not the person calling for the dox. So somebody asked me on Twitter, and I'm not going to respond to this at all. I'm just going to throw this out there. Somebody asked me on Twitter, does that mean we can ask for Jack's docs?
Oh, no, wrong person.
Oh, no, I don't pay attention to Brother Bear. That dude's a fucking moron.
Yes, he is, yeah.
He's Losar light. He wants to pretend that he's the most rational, centrist person ever, and he's just a douche. Yeah. And if you're listening, you're just a douche.
Yeah. Jen, someone else pointed out to where the teachers, when the whole thing was happening, some of them were there. Some of the chaperones were there. In fact, that's who the kids went to get permission to start doing their school cheers to try to drown out the terrible things the Black Israelites were yelling. They were there, but there's only so much power they have.
I have to share my screen with you.
You go right ahead.
All right, there it is. You'd have to lock it on me to see it, but this is Mr. Nathan Phillips. Whoever did this, you are a god among men. That is awesome. Did you see the tweet going around? White person mean to Native American and shows Trump and then Elizabeth Warren.
No, I hadn't seen it.
And it says, it's true. Anyhow, yeah, so this thing, this has been pissing me off for a couple of days. I've actually been actively trying to find things other than this to look at. Because I can't believe the way supposedly grown adults acted in this situation.
Yeah. Hey, Cynic, good to see you, bud. I know it's kind of tough for you down there in Australia to be up at this time.
What time is it in Australia right now?
Not sure. Cynic will have to tell you that.
Must be early morning. Very early morning.
Have we beat this one enough? Have we beat it enough? I know I've got it off my chest now.
If you catch someone doxing someone on Twitter, flag them.
Yeah. 6:20 a.m., he says.
Oh, bright and breezy.
Yeah.
Must be hot as fuck over there at the moment. It's their summertime, isn't it?
It is.
You know, Oki says is a Warren Phillips 2020 possibility. I mean, I suppose it is, but I don't know if natives born on reservation land can run for president. I know this would be vice president, so it wouldn't
That's
be a
an
problem.
interesting question because
Does anybody know that?
reservations are
Their own
considered
nation.
their own nation. Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting question.
If Prospero was here, she'd tell us. I'm sure she knows, but
Yeah.
I've never looked into that.
Okie Native says yes, they can.
Well, we need to change that law after this.
You two are free speech absolutists, right?
Right.
Indeed.
Would you like to hear some fun news from the UK?
Sure.
Oh, yes, always.
Always. So there's a former model by the name of Katie Price. Her stage name used to be Jordan. She's very, very dumb woman. Girly fucking moron. Used to drive a pink Barbie 4x4. Now she's selling it on eBay. Well, she's calling for further legislation on hate crime, basically to be legislated by the Crown Prosecution Service. So you guys know how we have hate incident law, we have hate crime law, right?
Right.
And we have a step up from that, which the Crown Prosecution Service handles, and that's where the 7 years meme comes from. Because that's the maximum sentences you can get for like spreading material that could lead to religious or racial crime, basically, or hatred. Well, she wants the CPS to create legislation for online harassment and stuff, and online bullying and stuff like that. And this is it's inspired because her son, who's like a blind black guy, he's like autistic, has a few other things wrong with him, gets a lot of shit on the internet even though he can't fucking see, so it must be just her, I guess. So yeah, she's advocating for that, basically. She wants people to get heavy custodial sentences for trolling online. And she's actually working with politicians to see what happens with that. So much so it's gotten to the culture secretary. So we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what happens there. I mean, you guys have heard people getting like 9 months or whatever for trolling online or whatever else.
7 years. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Bear, look at the note. 99 watching.
Oh, 99 watching. Way, that's a new record.
Yeah.
Guys, I think we can 100 watching.
Yep.
Can we get to 100 likes? It's not for me, it's for the old man.
Yeah. There you go.
Show the old man some love.
That would be awesome.
I'm sure we can get we can get a few more likes in there. I'm sure. But congratulations, Bloodwing.
Yeah. And that's a new high for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's try to keep that up. Let's try to keep that up. Oh, shill, quick, while you've still got like 102 people watching, quick shill.
Yeah. If you want to donate to this old man, if you feel like you want to help out, there are links for my Streamlabs and my Patreon in the description. And Stargazer Nights, or Nuts as Monkey and I like to call her, is constantly posting that as well. But if you can't, that's okay. I know we're all broke. We're all poor. So you can help by liking and sharing this stream.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Guys, if you want to help the old man out, drop a like, share. And if you have a few spare shekels, perhaps consider becoming a patron. It supports Bloodwing and his 3 streams a week, which of course is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, 2:30 Eastern in the afternoon, obviously, or 7:30 GMT. In case you're British, or I don't know what the time zone is for fucking Australia or whatever. But before we started, I did grab a couple of articles if you wanted to go through them.
Well, before you get into that, we're going to check and see who won the pick, because I now have to go to the bathroom. And Jen, I want to play with you too. Do what?
So didn't Bear guess half past right on?
I did say half past, yeah, but I'm 5 minutes shy.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
There he goes. Did anybody get 55 minutes? Anyone out there? What did you say, Monkey?
I didn't guess. I'm an old man. I feel like that's betraying my kind.
Your kind.
He's my people.
Stargazer Knights won. Oh, good. So you said 55 minutes. That should be a hate crime. What? Putting bets down on when Bloodwing's going to go for a piss. That's ageist and ableist. I don't know. You don't go for toilet breaks during streams, Monkey.
What's that? I'm sorry.
You don't go for toilet breaks during streams.
I rarely do, only if I have to.
I think you have a catheter installed, don't you?
No. There'll be times like on Monkey in the Morning, you'll hear me. It's like, Dax, you're in charge. I usually get up, go to the bathroom, walk around a little bit. But I do. I can do the 2-hour streams usually with no problem.
Yeah.
Some of the 4 and 6 hour ones, no way.
Oh dear. Mind you, when I lasted a 12-hour stream, I don't think I went that often. Something about sitting down, it just doesn't. I don't often feel the need to.
I also make sure I go right before the streams because I was having a problem there for a while. Where on Lords of the Night, which is only a 2-hour stream, like I got to go to the bathroom, be right back. So I started having my fans remind me to go to the bathroom before we start because I have no memory. So,
oh well, yeah, you are old.
I am, man, and I take drugs that just wipe my memory clean.
Oh dear. So what's been going on, Monkey?
I need a stronger drugs because I was recently talking to Satsu because Leslie Jones put herself in the news again. She's from Ghostbusters 2016. And I mentioned to him, I was like, she's got nudes, right? And then they hit my brain and I realized I haven't lost enough of my memory yet.
Knowing your luck, mate, you'll get Alzheimer's, dementia.
And that'll be all I can remember.
That's all you can remember.
So did we have anybody in chat that hit it right on the money?
I think 1 or 2 people got it spot on.
Yeah. Okay. I'm going to have to go sometime during the stream. I'm just not, because people, you don't know this, but I went right before the stream started. I mean, I seriously come back from the bathroom and started the stream. Being old.
Perhaps you should get a catheter installed.
I'll just have to start wearing some Depends during the stream. Yeah.
Surprised you just don't straight up piss into a what's that shit you drink? I forget what it's called.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew bottle.
Hey, you laugh, but that reminds me of my grandparents because my grandparents used to take a vacation and they'd go to somewhere in the U.S. Each year they'd take a different one of their grandkids. And it was understood that Papa was not going to pull over to use the bathroom. It just wasn't going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And if you said, I got to go to the bathroom, he said, there's empty Coke bottles in the back seat. Use it. So, yeah, I've done that lots.
Yeah, there's another bedpan for you, mate.
Yeah.
There's another meme going around that's quite funny. It's Brian Williams, and it says, I served in Vietnam with Nathan Phillips. If you don't know why that's funny, Brian Williams has been caught lying many times, and it's just funny.
Thank you very much, Grilling Pirate Pete, for that article. I've just added it to the roster for stuff to cover.
Oh yeah, he did the same one. I must have just looked at. And by the way, P-Dog. I'm sorry, I did not see that. P-Dog is dying for me to let him in.
Well, whilst you're doing that, I'll tell you this. So my missus went to my son's school, my 6-year-old's school, this evening, and they had something called Fast on, as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, some kind of community thing. What does it stand for again, woman? She's in the chat. That's where she met like this community development worker or whatever. And lo and behold, my son got a little bit racist when he was there. Imagine my shock. He heard a Polish family speaking Polish, and then he called them out for it.
That's not racist.
Well,
what's this jibber jabber you're talking?
Wait, Poles aren't even really people.
They're not even people. That's racist.
Well, at least he didn't call them Polacks.
It can't be racist if they're not people.
Well, Polish people are also white, and you can't be racist to white people. Although if you're English, you can be racist to other Europeans for some reason. Don't know. P-Dog!
That lion motherfucker. Oh, my God. All morning. That's all I did this morning. Oh, I'm sorry. That's what I was dying to get in. I see it. I'm here now, but that lion motherfucker. Everything that motherfucker said was refutable by video evidence.
Yep.
It's embarrassing. And then, I don't know if you saw this morning. He said this morning, it was on I think it was in the Cincinnati Enquirer, but
you don't sound like Polly anymore.
I know. I'm fired up, and I can talk loud because my wife's not here to sleep, so I can talk how I want to.
Okay.
And also I can get loud, and I can be. I'm going Gutenberg right now.
Not last night Gutenberg, but okay.
Oh Lord, he was drunk. Anyway, so you want to talk about this more or not? Now y'all have moved on. Let's just move on.
Go ahead with what you were saying about it.
Okay, so there was an article this morning from Cincinnati Enquirer saying that Phillips refused to meet with the Covington students, and what was the line that really pissed me off? Because there's more lies in here. He wanted the teachers and chaperones to be reprimanded, some fired for letting this happen. Motherfucker, you're the one who made it happen.
Yep.
And
wow, we could actually tell you were black right there.
You know what? Hey, speaking of which, hey, I can talk about this guy. I'm black. I can't be racist.
That's
right.
Right.
Lion, damn Indian. Motherfucker's been drinking too much firewater. Anyway, so
that was the most vanilla attempt at racism I've ever heard.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm not very good at that.
It's his
shit.
First time.
I'm not very good at that shit. I grew up in a white neighborhood. I don't. It's hard. The other thing I wanted to say. Now, can you imagine? Now, and I've talked to a few black people about this, and Barry, you kind of can half understand this.
Hey,
imagine if that motherfucker had run up into a crowd of black kids. And put a drum in some brother's face.
You mean after they done the World Star beatdown on him?
That's what I'm saying. Guess what? First of all, you would have never heard about it. Number two, the only reason you would have heard about it is could have been straight to World Star. It'd be World Star.
Oh yeah,
I hate that shit, man.
Oh my God, anyway.
World Star. Well, it kind of begs the question, doesn't it? Really. Yeah, you got a bunch of black people who call themselves Israelites.
You mean Black Westboro?
Yeah,
please.
You got the Black Westboro Church.
I made that up, and I want that to trend. So please use that every opportunity you can. They're Black Westboro. You ever seen Westboro a protest funeral?
Yeah, there's like 9 of them. I don't know why they're such a big deal.
Right. Well, that's what the Black Israelites do. They stand on the corners. They go to different corners of New York City and literally just scream at people, just like they were doing at the kids. Just like, did you see the part before when they were yelling at the God, I don't even have to call them indigenous people, Native Americans, Indians, whatever.
Just call them Indians, dude. Calm down.
Okay, but they're not Indians. They're Indians over there somewhere, close to where you live.
well, no, they're really fucking. They'd probably be closer to you, if you go the other way.
They're actually Chinese.
Oh fuck!
They get mad.
Whatever. Anyway, they're telling the Indians, "Oh yeah, you deserve to lose your land because you were over here, worshiping buffalo and fucking wolves and shit." Just saying some racist shit to them too. But anyway, they stand in the corner and they yell at people. And it's funny because there's one video I saw of these guys because I'm fascinated by them for once of all. They're all over YouTube. You can find videos about them. They're literally having people kiss their shoes.
Yes, kiss their feet, actually.
Their feet. They threaten.
I've seen the videos of them before. Yeah.
Yeah, that's those guys.
So anyway,
people in the street, they always find themselves a guilty white person to come along and kiss their feet. It's disgusting.
Right? They're like Gatsy Kodo, but they're
a bit scarier.
They're scarier, and I'm telling you, please, hashtag Black Westboro. I'm the only one using it right now because I made it up, but I think it's funny.
How about Blackborough?
No,
Black
Westboro. Bear, you're supposed to be understanding me here.
Somebody mentioned a minute ago, or asked,
Am I
who put
talking
the
too loud?
dislike on the screen on the stream. I'll probably regret saying this, but I really don't care about dislikes. It doesn't hurt my analytics whatsoever. It's all interaction, so I ain't worried about it.
Yeah. No. Anyway. Oh, yeah. And if you're well, I'm a shill right now because I need it. If you're not subscribed to me and you're listening to this right now, I'll put a link in. Wow. You can just click it, right click, and hit the have a new tab and go over there and just subscribe to my channel. I'll figure out where this is. I can't find my link though. I'm
real
not
quick.
very good at this.
The kid at the center of this, Nick Sandman, he's going to be on the Today Show tomorrow.
Oh.
I'm putting this in chat here. It is amazing if you go through the comments, how many of the people in the comments are still on the original story about how horrible these little white kids are.
Yep.
This is 3 days later, you idiots.
They're just not going to let it go. It's like he's a white kid with a MAGA hat, so there's got to be racism there somewhere. We'll find it.
These motherfuckers. And you know what? You know how I can't wait to watch that one. Listen to how hostile the questions are going to be.
Oh, sure.
And you know what? But hey, there's one good thing out of this, by the way, that I'm really excited about. Because now I know I can talk shit about those Parkland kids now. Because they say he had the most punchable face. Well, I think the other, what's that kid's name?
David.
Yeah, that's the most punchable face in America. I'd never think of punching him. Only in what's that game called? That everyone adds that to so they don't get in trouble. The Minecraft, most punchable. He's the most punchable face in Minecraft. I'm sorry. I'm fired up.
You're right, mate.
I'm fired up.
I don't blame you.
Good Lord.
I don't blame
you.
Yeah, I also seen where Phillips was saying that when he first started this, he just thought maybe they ought to fire some teachers. But now he wants some of the kids, after seeing the response of the kids, he wants some of them suspended. And I've read the response of the kids, and there's absolutely nothing bad in there. As a matter of fact, they come out and said, we don't wish any ill on Mr. Phillips. He's got a right to do whatever he wants.
Sorry, was I too loud?
No.
Okay, I'm getting really excited about this right now.
If you were too loud, I would turn you down.
Good Lord. Anyway, all right.
Have you made a video about it, P-Dog?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm going to, but mine's going to be more about Black Westboro. Because they have got, notice how they've mentioned them. They've shown a couple little clips of them saying some shit. But you notice how little attention they're getting? If you notice that? Yeah. There's no, have you seen a feature about Black Westboro yet?
Like all the stuff that has been in my Twitter feed, and a lot of this stuff has been in my Twitter feed. I don't think a single fucking thing has been said about Black Westboro other than what like you guys have said on Twitter.
And remember the initial report, it was like the kids were getting into an argument with some activists who were teaching about the Bible and oppression. That's how they described him in the original story on the Washington Post. You motherfuckers, you lying motherfuckers. I'm turning black today. I'm telling you. This is my black half. My Irish half is gone right now.
P-Dog going all ghetto on her butt.
Good Lord. Anyway, sorry.
It's okay, P-Dog. It's okay.
Do you feel the vein in my forehead right now?
I can feel it pulsating all the way from England.
Oh God!
I think I can hear it.
Anyway, woo! I told you I was going Gutenberg today.
It's all right. It's okay. You still weren't as loud or as obnoxious as drunk Gutenberg. Trust me.
No.
Just for Rico in the chat. For once in your life, listen, shut the fuck up, ballbag. CNN said for a black guy. I didn't see that. Right? I said what I saw in my fucking timeline. Fucking criminal. Shut up.
Oh, you're right, Lion Patriot. Hog's not a kid anymore. So now I can threaten to dox him on Twitter without getting a timeout. And you know what? I'm waiting to see the next person to get a timeout that's talking about David Hogg or Emma, whatever that bald-headed, girl is.
Oh, the one who looks like me?
Yeah, she looks like you. I'm telling you. I think everyone should just start talking shit about them and see who gets timed out first. We could do the timeout game.
Should all four of us just tweet some shit about them one by one and see what happens?
Absolutely. My God.
I think you have to tweet at them to get the 12-hour ban.
I got
no. You don't.
You got a what?
I got a 12-hour. I got put in 12-hour timeout last night. It wasn't a ban. It was just limited states. So I was only.
What did you do, monkey?
Well, it came up right after I called Ed Krasenstein a stupid dick.
And?
So it might have been that. But I may have been a little bit obnoxious on Twitter yesterday. Maybe.
Just a splash.
You weren't calling people clits, were you?
No. No, but it was immediately after I called him a dick, so I'm thinking it was that. Which is unfair because he's a dick.
Yeah, it's true. But, it's Twitter. If you're left, you're right. If you're right, you're wrong.
Maniac, man. All right, Bear, come to the US and pretend to be Latino. Mate, I didn't have to when I was in America. I didn't have to. Every fucking American I came across thought I was Latino.
Yeah, he's told me the story where he was in Florida and everybody thought he was Cuban.
Everybody thought I was fucking Cuban, Mexican, or Ecuadorian, except for the one chick who worked in the hat store in the mall in Miami who thought I was Australian. Which is an extremely fucking offensive thing to say to an Englishman. We're not criminals, okay?
You kind of look like a criminal, but
hey!
not okay.
Hey,
I told you I'm going Gutenberg today.
all this is just exerting racism this evening. Peter.
Yeah, no, I can't. Nobody can go Gutenberg.
All right.
You've never heard Gutenberg and me fight on the stream before, but what you saw of Gutenberg this morning is what me and him used to be like all the fucking time.
Oh,
fuck yeah!
I can testify. We used to get in some really good voice chats on Bear's old Discord.
Oh yeah, I used to secretly record our fights as well. And then we could hear his bloodwing giggling.
Yeah, it'd be me, him, Gutenberg, and Dax, and oh god, it was hilarious.
But yeah, I grabbed a few articles, but I think we'll start with the one that Grilling Pirate Pete sent. Because he's good enough to send it our way. Is to kind of get us off the topic there that's firing everybody up at the moment. People who like spicy food are having more sex. Apparently.
Good.
Hey, Monkey?
Yes.
You were talking about this last night. Is that all it takes?
Apparently, you just got to give them spicier food.
Just put some cayenne pepper in the food supply and we can
stop eating that damn white people food.
Oh,
I don't know. I love me some spicy food. If it's not hot enough to make me hiccup, it ain't hot enough. And I haven't been laid.
Sex.
I haven't been laid in like the really early 2000s. I don't think.
Oh, hey, Bear.
Hello.
There's some brand of we call them potato chips. What do you call them? Crisps.
Yes.
So that are supposed to be aphrodisiac. They make over there with like honey and with honey and sriracha or honey and cayenne pepper or something. And they're supposed to have an aphrodisiac quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just read about that. Chris
Sinatra's in the chat right now. Did we cover that on Friday on Ghost Poo?
Hey, Sinatra.
Was it Friday or was it last Wednesday? I can't fucking remember. My response was just, when I think about sex, I don't think about crisps.
Well, but if you eat the crisps, they might make you think about sex, right? I don't think it's the relationship goes one way.
Well, I don't know if women know this, but when you eat something really hot, Don't drink water because that's bad for you. It makes it even hotter.
Yep.
Milk can soothe it,
Bread.
but if it's really burning, pop a dick in your mouth. It'll make you feel better.
No. Oh, that's a mistake, and I'm telling you from experience.
What, putting dicks in your mouth?
Do not.
It's bad for the guy.
Don't allow a woman who's eating some super spicy food to go down on you. Just don't. That's all I'm gonna say.
Spicy BJ.
Another thing that does help is eat bread. That's the truth.
You think you'd gotten a really special venereal disease. Fuck that.
This is only a study of about 2,000 Americans. If you prefer spicier food, there's a good chance you also lead a spicier life, according to new research of only 2,000 people. A study into the palates of and spicy food preferences of 2,000 Americans examined the correlation between taste buds and lifestyles and found heat on the plate can mean more heat in the bedroom. In fact, those who listed their spice preference as hot have almost double the amount of sex than those who said they don't like any spice at all on their food. 5.3 times per month to 3.2 times per month, frolicking under the sheets.
Well, that explains my college years.
Wait. Even the ones eating spicy food are only having sex 5 times a month. What is wrong with you people? Get out there and fuck. It's nice. It feels good. Like, why are you only having sex like once every 6 days?
So what, 5 times a month?
Yeah, it's like once every 6 days. Come on. At least twice a week. You fucking losers.
So I guess that's a thing. Bit of news from Google. Reports Google will close Hangouts in 2020.
Yep.
That's gonna be a pain in the fucking ass to deal with. A new report from 9 to 5 Google said that Google has begun preparations to close its own chat and instant messaging service known as they mean Hangouts. Fucking, yeah. They've actually written Hangcots here. Launched in 2013 for the first time. According to the source, Google intends to close the service in 2020 for individual consumers, but will be ongoing for the business as part of the productivity and work of the company known as the package G Suite. Google has not announced any formal steps, but seems to be paving the way for such a move by launching applications such as Google and Allo, and then working to support RCS standards via SMS. So I don't know if that means the Google Hangouts that we use on YouTube, called Google Hangouts on Air, which is a streaming coder. I don't know whether it includes that or not. That would be quite irritating if it does, because it's quite handy.
Yeah, if they actually get rid of Hangouts on Air, I don't know how I'll be able to stream.
Well, Discord.
I can't OBS, man.
That's true.
Well, they may have something they'll add to YouTube, I guess, for that, because it's used a lot.
It is.
Can you do it with Skype too? I mean, you can. Oh, but you need OBS for that, though.
You can, but yeah. When they announced this, go ahead. I'm sorry, Bear.
Oh, I was about to say there are browser encoders that you can use. That are very, very similar to OBS, but they haven't got to download anything. You just do it from the site.
When I read this before, because they actually announced something like this maybe 6 months ago, it was just the peer-to-peer calling service. It wasn't Hangouts on Air. It was just the because people aren't using it to Skype, basically. It was part of getting rid of Google Plus as well. So we'll see what they do. It's still more than a year away. So.
Hey guys, my lights are blinking, so if my power goes out, the stream will probably go down. Just a warning.
Oh,
not sure why that's happening.
Didn't that happen last week to you, Blood?
Yeah, there was a night last week that my power went off for like 3 hours, and when I called it in, the people said, "Well, we're aware of it, but none of the residences should be affected. This is just street lights." And come to find out, I am the only house in like a 3-block area hooked into that power line. Everybody else is hooked to another one.
Wow.
So yeah, well, go figure.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it doesn't happen to you again. Be a pain in the ass.
It's probably something weather related. It is. It's mighty chilly around here.
Okay. Sinatra just replied to you in DMs. Next piece of news: 2020 Olympics. Japanese chains scrap porn magazines.
What?
Japanese chains scrap porn magazines.
Why?
Presumably because of the Olympics.
People at the Olympics don't beat off?
Two of Japan's biggest convenience store chains have said they will stop selling pornographic magazines ahead of the 2019 Rugby World Cup and the Olympic Games in Tokyo next year. 7-Eleven, which runs more than 20,000 shops in Japan, said it wanted to create a proper shopping environment for all our customers. So no nudie mags, I guess. Its rival Lawson Inc., with some 14,000 stores, made a similar announcement. Large numbers of tourists are set to visit Japan for both sporting events. So they're cleaning up their acts prior to the Rugby World Cup and the Olympics.
I thought porn was an Olympic event in Japan.
Only hentai porn.
I guess they're keeping the hentai, but they're getting rid of the proper porno mags. All right. I guess people who buy porn in Japan are fucked for a bit, I guess. I wonder if they'll bring it back for after the Olympics. All right.
Realize, I mean, people still have access to porn, right? Just because they can't buy it there doesn't mean it goes away.
I'm surprised
like
that it still comes out in print anyway.
Well, me too, but I mean, they're just costing themselves money. It's not like these guys can go to their hotel rooms and pull up the most disgusting things they can think of. Get yourself some money. Keep selling porn. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, people like that kind of thing. Just keep selling it. Okay, whatevs. If they do get rid of Google Hangouts, the encoder version, which I can't see. I mean, they might get rid of the other version of Hangouts, the shitty browser one. But if you can't get around it, mate, you could always set up a thing with Satsu where you give him your stream key, and he streams on your behalf.
Yeah, I mean, that'll be what we probably have to do because my internet just will not support it. And
that's what I was asking. Is it your internet issue or your?
Yeah, it's an internet issue because my upload speed is less than a meg. 5G is hopefully will be out before then. And if
it's just not available.
What's that?
It's just not available.
What, 5G? Yeah, it's only in major markets at the moment.
Oh, that's right. You're on the.
You
do it through the air.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because
right now I'm using AT&T, but the fastest they can get me through an actual line is 7 megs down, 1 meg, or 3 megs up, which comes out to actually 1 meg up. So, it sucks. So
I'm amazed that you're able to play the video games that you are as well as you do with that.
Well, a lot of those, I mean, they're more client side. You see what you see, but the data going through the air is really not that much.
My fucking arm. Anyway, should we move on? Oh, imagine my shock. Access denied. Fucking EU. I'm chucking it in the
wood
chat.
chipper
For the entirety of the EU. Yes. I've chucked it in the chat if anybody wants to open it and read the article I grabbed.
In the real chat. Okay. Let's see. Louisiana eye doctor offers free eye exams for NFL referees after Saints loss.
I saw that and I was like, Bloodwing will love that.
After the New Orleans Saints' heartbreaking and controversial loss to the Los Angeles Rams, an eye care business in Covington, Louisiana, is offering free eye exams for officials before next season. New Orleans, any NFL referee with vision problems can get checked out for free before leaving New Orleans after the NFC Championship game. after the Saints heartbreaking. You stop saying the same line over and over. Quote, we will gladly provide no-cost eye exams to all NFL officials prior to next season to prevent the atrocity that occurred tonight. Louisiana Family Eye Care shared on Facebook Sunday night. We would hate for someone else to feel our pain. But if the referees are traveling to Texas, they're still in luck. A vision center in College Station says they are extending its free eye exams to NFL referees as well. In light of the atrocious lack of calls during the New Orleans Saints game, we would like to extend free eye exams and glasses to any NFL referee in need. You know who you are.
There's been lots of games that I've thought that, yeah, they probably need that. But to be fair, in a professional American football game, things happen pretty quick sometimes. But yeah, what they're talking about was pretty blatant and bad.
You know, they're also changing the replay rules for next year. There's a committee going through that right now, and I'll bet you may see a way to remedy that by next year.
I'm sorry, with instant replay, and they can literally pull it up instantly and see it. There is no call for some of the calls I saw this season. No call for them.
Right.
Poppy, I don't know. Blood, why can't I cuss a lot in your chat? It keeps not sending my comment and kick me off YouTube altogether for a minute. It's nothing I've done, sweetheart.
That's got to be YouTube. Yay, YouTube. What are you saying? Well, spell it out in phonetics so we can tell. Don't say the same things. It'll get you kicked again. I know most people seem to be able to say whatever they want in my chat. It's only super chats where that happens.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Why jizz monkey? Bear, what?
I think he's dyslexic. He meant monkey jizz.
I'm dyspraxic, not dyslexic. I know what I said.
Jizz monkey? What the fuck?
What?
You called me a wank stain jizz monkey.
I didn't call you anything.
Notice it's not capitalized. I think he's talking about general monkeys and not specific monkeys.
That's speciest. You know your team, the Chargers, got away with the call against the Browns? Yeah, I do. You notice I didn't say every team, but my team had bad calls, right?
Yeah, there's been calls on all sides. I mean,
why does everybody feel the need to try to point out that I may not be as open-minded as I actually am?
And you know how tired people are of this on all sides shit, Bloodwing? Come on now.
I know it's terrible if you even claim to see the bad on all sides. Yeah, it's all.
Poppy, send me a DM telling me what you were trying to say, because after what Irate Bear just said, I can't believe you're getting blocked for anything.
Yeah.
No, okay, we'll move on.
I assure you guys, if you're having trouble with that, it's nothing that I've done. I'm not too censorious myself. You have to get pretty racist or anti-Semitic before I'm even going to time you out. So
that's what I have mods for.
Yeah.
Okay.
When did I become a mod here? Hot damn! Thanks. I'm honored. Thank you, sir.
The mods are the ones who are messing up your chat right now, Bloodwing.
Is that what it is?
It's Baron P Dog saying horrible shit.
Jizz isn't horrible. Jizz is the nectar of life. What are you fucking talking about?
Jizz is technically life. Yeah, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah, come on. Jizz is just fine. It's if I said some other shit that I can say that you guys can't say because I'm black, that would get you in trouble.
Rico, you can't do that in a super chat. The absolute minimum you can send is like 79p, I think. Although, to be fair, like Australian money is weak as piss. So if you send like an Australian dollar, that's basically equivalent to about 2 pence. So, yeah. Monkey nipples leak lumpy jizz. Yes, they do, Irate Bear. I completely agree with you, sir. Next article. If you're ready for it, gentlemen.
Go ahead.
Bring it.
Go on ahead. South Korean parents hire thugs to stop school bullies.
In the immortal words of Barry Wright, right on.
Yes. South Korean parents are hiring muscular, tattooed men to pose as fake, quote-unquote, uncles to protect their children from bullies at school. According to local media reports, multiple companies are offering different packages, ranging from $450 to $1,790 a day to desperate parents to ensure that their children are safe from aggressive classmates. You could probably send them to martial arts lessons for cheaper.
Maniac Man 2030, thank you. He says I'm a cool guy. I like to think so. But I needed that when I was I was heavily bullied when I was a kid.
Also, guys, there's 102 people watching right now. I think we can get a few more likes in.
Yeah, so far 112's been the top I've seen, which is just amazing.
Awesome. So thank you very much, guys, and thank you very much for shilling the stream. We appreciate it. Let's help Bloodwing grow. Let's help grow his show as well.
Lindsay says, remind me not to take you guys in the bathroom. Was that something you were planning to do?
You're taking me in the bathroom to do what?
4 grown men into the bathroom? Lindsay.
Are you saying take me? Are you saying take me as in, oh, take me now, darling? Or are you escorting taking?
Hey, baby. Bring it, girl.
Baby. Can't get enough of your love, baby. No like for anything with Aria Bread. Fuck you, Alan. You piece of shit.
Hey, baby. Yeah, Mama Minnie. My daughter's in the chat.
Also, hi, Mama Minnie. It's good to see you. Hope you're well.
Can't get enough of your love, baby.
Right. Read.
Make love to your woman.
Read.
Down by the fire. For the straightforward uncle package, a man uncle package. A man in his 30s or 40s will be reportedly walk the student to and from school and sternly warn bullies off. The so-called evidence package offers an upgrade where the uncle will film the bullies in action and present the findings to the school. Under this deal, he will threaten to make the video public if there is no remedial action. Holy shit.
You know what? I think I've found my calling.
You gotta go to South Korea and be an uncle.
Start one of these business. I'm a softie, but I'll scare the shit out of a kid just by looking at him. I'll just stare at him. I'm never violent, but I'll stare at the shit out of a kid. And I'm a big dude. I can do that.
You can get in trouble for that.
No. Not if I'm if I'm someone's uncle. Yeah, you know what? Never mind. That didn't even sound right.
Yeah, it really, you're not helping yourself there. Meanwhile, the chaperone package deploys the more high-profile tactic of visiting the bully's parents at their workplace and publicly shaming them. Oh, wow.
Damn.
Fucking hell.
This sounds like, hey, what does that sound? It sounds like, what's it called?
Doxing and swatting.
A Twitter mob.
Yeah, that's naughty, that, isn't it? The unusual new service, which exists in a legal grey zone, my shock, imagine it, and may be linked to underground gang culture, yeah, no shit, appears to have grown out of fears that bullying in school is rising unchecked and pushing some children towards suicide. Suicide is the most common cause of death among young Koreans between the age of 15 to 24. According to the Chicago Police Review, researchers believe that it is connected to the fiercely competitive academic environment and bullying behaviors at school.
I could have used this when I was a kid. I mean, seriously, as I said, I was a scrawny, big-eared, big-eyed kid that got all A's in grade school, and I was bullied. Big time.
I need to grab a screenshot of this article.
Bloodwing, I was just the opposite. I was the biggest kid in the school, and I was for lack of a better term, I was the anti-bully because there were kids that got picked on. Yeah, I just couldn't stand watching kids get picked on, and so the bullies that picked on, I usually had words with them. And that was just kind of my thing. I could not stand seeing, like, because there was this one nerdy kid that was my same grade, and everyone picked on him. I finally got sick of it because he was a nice kid. He was just kind of nerdy, weird kid. And so my role in life from then on became to be the anti-bully.
Zero the Hero says 100 likes. Mine's still showing 99, but yay.
100's up. I see it 100. Anyway.
Yes, we shall move on. Fox and Friends accidentally shows graphics saying Ruth Bader Ginsburg is dead.
She may see. I don't think it's accident. I think she actually died, and they're just weekend at burning her.
You know what? When I saw that thing about the 5-4 decision today, and they said Ginsburg was one of the dissenting opinions, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Well, I'm like, is this fucking weekend at Bernie's? Because she's been dead for 3 years.
Yeah, we all saw her at the State of the Union that one year.
Yeah,
her head was down. They were. Someone was holding her up.
Somebody forgot to pull her hair
elbow
back.
at her shoulder to keep her up.
Crypto Country Boy, hello all. This was recommended to me. Really? Can someone explain what this is about?
We got it recommended.
It's just a bunch of guys hanging out talking about whatever.
I mean, there is a theme to the show.
Well, Redneck Radio, but that's because I'm a redneck and I run the show. So,
yeah, that's hilarious, and I agree with Duck Dog. That's some preemptive shit right there. They've got that shit on standby. They just stood by waiting for her to die. They've got a reporter sat outside her house, just like looking through the windows and shit.
Wait a minute. She quit breathing. Oh, nope. She took another one.
Yeah. That's funny. Wouldn't surprise me if Monkey had something to do with that. I don't know.
Had to do something with what?
You know what you did, Monkey.
No, I'm sorry. I was reading something over on Twitter. Somebody named Helen Dale says, having watched lefties dogpile Covington Catholic, is it too much to ask righties not to dogpile Nathan Phillips, please? Like, those are not even close to the same thing, you cunt.
Chief Lying Pants is an adult. And he's a liar.
Who keeps lying? He keeps
adding
lying
to the lies.
Thank you, Crypto Country Boy. I was your 100th like. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, if Mr. Phillips would like to quit being a douche, he might quit.
Yeah, if he'd stop lying, I wouldn't care about him anymore. But he keeps doing it.
You have 104 likes on the stream, Bloodwing.
I see. Guys, I'm not joking when I say you just sometimes I just don't know what to say. You all are too good to me.
You want to share my screen just for a second?
Don't share a screen.
Why not?
I got to get back to the Hangout.
Kick him.
Don't kick me. I got to leave anyway soon.
You're just showing links. Like
no. What?
You're just showing links.
There you are.
Oh,
sure.
How are people? What's people supposed to do with that?
Is that not my screen? Oh no, not wrong screen. That's why. Duh. Hang on.
It says P Dog Night takes it on the.
No. Don't show that.
We see now. He just wanted.
That's not what I meant. Hey, I got the wrong one. How do you turn this thing off? That's the wrong one. How do you
down at the bottom of that screen? You can turn it off.
It says hide, but it's not there.
Kick him.
You can kick.
Not hide. Do stop sharing.
Hey, stop sharing. Don't share. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I had the wrong screen. My bad. Okay, let's try.
When you get the right screen, we'll get you back on there.
There you go. Try that one. Is that right? Does that look better?
Why did the chicken cross the road?
Okay, that's that.
I like
because it's Trump's fault and you're racist.
All right.
I like it.
All right, that was it. Oh, damn, Inception hell.
Stop sharing.
I can't share. Stop. There we go. Thank God. All right. Am I
Good
back?
grief.
You're still sharing.
Oh, good Lord.
You'll figure it out.
We have two more.
I'm not as smart as I look. Oh, wait. That's my dog.
I have 2 more articles left for you, Blood.
Okay.
You ready for this? You ready?
Yep, ready.
Okay. Florida man, you know where this is going, injures penis.
Oh, God.
Using unregulated god snake oil to increase the size.
Dude, that's the wrong snake. It didn't say this is good for trouser snakes.
Yeah, it's for oiling up actual snakes. Fucking Florida, man, every time.
Oh my gosh.
Michael Dumfrey of St. Augustine, Florida, admitted himself to an emergency room, citing concerns regarding his genitalia. Yes, I have some concerns regarding my genitalia, sir. Upon further questioning, he revealed that the rash, the boils, oh no, and his strange discharges followed his use of the god snake oil, an unregulated product that promises to add inches overnight. P-Dog, what are you doing? P-Dog.
Yes.
Why are you sharing screen?
I can't get the damn thing to stop sharing.
Right.
There we go. Let's get this.
Click your icon.
There we go. Hey! Oh, I finally figured that shit out.
There you go. Got there in the end.
Now I gotta fucking shut that up. Okay.
There you go.
God snake oil is controversial. Yeah, no shit. Despite not being regulated by the FDA, Americans can purchase the product online or through associates of the GSO peer-to-peer marketing program. There are no scientific studies proving the effectiveness of GSO, otherwise known as God snake oil, but it continues to sell because of countless positive reviews. Yeah, bought and paid for reviews. Desperation, male desperation. That's all it is. A company taking advantage of male desperation. Dumfrey was treated with antibiotics and a topical cream and instructed to cease use of God snake oil. After 2 weeks, Dumfrey's penis returned to normal. When it did technically get bigger because like now it's ribbed because it's got boils on it.
Ribbed for your pleasure.
Exactly. Ribbed for your pleasure, madam. When asked what advice he would give other consumers considering the product, Mr. Dumfrey had this to say. Well, I can't tell them not to, despite the side effects. It was definitely effective. I can't believe the increase in length and girth. What? It sounds like he's still standing by it, even though it messed him up a little bit. Dumfrey is the first to report side effects, but the product is unregulated and could be dangerous. Just be careful what you do with your dick. You only got one, he said. Will this case be the first of many, or is GSO penis enlargement the wave of the future?
Guys, if you're really not sure what it's going to do, don't put that on your junk. Don't put anything on your junk if you don't know what it's going to do.
Yeah.
It's okay to be what you are. Somebody will still suck it. Hey, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go coach basketball today. So
see you, bud.
Much love. Thank you, Chad, and everybody else, and thanks, Bloodwing, for letting me in. See you guys.
See you later.
Much love.
Bye bye.
Cynic says that's called inflammation. You exactly.
Oh dear. I do have one final article to go through.
Alrighty.
One final one, and it's kind of sad, but a woman famous for hiking in her bikini freezes to death after tragic fall.
Good job.
Think?
Yeah.
I'll be right back, fellas.
Okay.
People, if you're gonna go out hiking and stuff, take the proper gear with you. The proper protection, the proper boots, and warm weather gear, change your clothes, all that kind of stuff, because you never know. You never know. Silly sausage. A Taiwanese hiker famed for posing in her bikini on Mount Summits has died during a solo trek. Gigi Wu, 36, is believed to have died of hypothermia after falling into a ravine in Taiwan's Yushan National Park. According to local media reports, Wu managed to contact emergency services, but rescue attempts were delayed by bad weather. Social media tributes have poured in for Wu, who is an experienced hiker, not experienced enough to fucking take protection with you dumbass, despite becoming more famous for her bikini-clad photos. She's not even that tasty, to be honest with you, Bloodwing.
Really?
She has the face of an old woman. The body's not bad, though.
That's judgmental. Fair.
Yeah, well, I'm judgmental.
Prince J, you're trying too hard, dude. Maniac is right. You're trying too hard. Just ignore him. We've picked up a troll in the chat. Seems like.
Where's that? Where? I don't see it.
Prince J.
Oh, what did they say?
They're just calling us all a bunch of racist and.
Oh, okay.
Yada yada.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry that you haven't got any arguments, darling.
Yeah.
Try harder next time. Now, Bloodwing.
Yeah.
We're nearing story time, but I don't know what story you've chosen for this evening, so I don't know how long you need for it.
It's a pretty short one.
Oh dear. Oh god, here we go. Right, okay. Off you go, loser. So is it a short one? You say it's a short one?
Yeah, it's a fairly short one.
Jason Burns, I thought the same thing when I saw her, but yeah, she's got an okay body, bit of an old lady face. I mean, I've fucked worse in my life, like, but
haven't we all?
Oh dear. So, what's going on, Bloodwing? What's happening?
Oh, not much. I actually watched a little Netflix last night, something I hadn't done in several days.
What do you think? Good?
Actually, I did. If anybody is a fan of Bill Murray, there is a new documentary on Netflix that is excellent.
Okay.
And it's not a documentary of his life. It's a documentary on, I don't know if you've ever heard before, but Bill Murray has a reputation of showing up in odd places. Like showing up just at some random person's house and washing their dishes. And or showing up in a bathroom in some backwoods bar and putting his hands over people's eyes and whispering in their ear, "No one will ever believe you."
What the fuck?
Just or some random person's wedding, giving them life advice, you know.
Yeah.
And it's all true. This is what he does. He just
Bill Murray.
Yeah. The actor, Bill Murray.
Yeah, I just why does he do that?
That's just the way he wants to live his life. He wants to go out and live life and be on the ground floor with normal people.
Well, okay, fair enough. But if he's just showing up and doing people's dishes, I mean...
Yeah, he showed up at some frat party somewhere and was doing their dishes. Yeah, it's all true.
All right, okay.
But it's very interesting. Or I at least enjoyed it. Yeah.
That's not really normal.
No, it's not normal, but I find it very refreshing, and I find it really, really cool. You know, that
I can actually see him doing that as well, just walking up to people and whispering things in their ears.
Yeah. You know, he just seems like a really cool guy to me. Always has. I like Bill Murray, but after watching that,
sorry guys,
watching that documentary, I thought that he's even cooler than I originally thought he was. He's just done some really awesome stuff. You know,
I might have to give that a watch.
Definitely not your average celebrity, you know, that kind of puts a little bit of space between them and the rest of humanity, you know.
Yeah. Murray likes to get behind the bar at clubs, and regardless of what you order, he will give you a shot of tequila.
Yep, he done that in a bar. They asked, he just started bartending, and no matter what they ordered, he just gave him the first bottle he grabbed, and nobody complained.
To be fair, it's Bill Murray. You're not going to moan at him here.
Yeah, he showed up at a party in an apartment once and was carrying the speakers and stuff for it was an all-girl band, and he was just carrying their stuff for him. Just showed up.
How did he know to go there?
He doesn't. He just sees things and decides, hey, I'm going to go get in that, you know? He's
just driving around looking for stuff to do.
Yeah. He's been in wedding photos, you know. I just think it's pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. Go watch it. It's very cool.
I did like him in Zombieland, yeah.
Oh, he was awesome in Zombieland.
I do like Bill Murray. Him and Dan Aykroyd being in movies together during the 80s, some of my favorite films.
What do you think, Monkey? You like Bill Murray?
I do. I mean, I've heard that he's kind of a douche to other celebrities, and I don't have a problem with that.
Exactly.
Neither do I.
But like you were talking about, Blood, he seems to like insert himself into things just to be fun and have fun, and that's awesome.
Yeah,
many of these celebrities are like, I get away from me.
Yeah, because these people that he does this to that's going to be a memory they'll have for the rest of their life.
Yeah,
he's made them happy, and it's not just his appearance. He's give money at the party where he showed up with the all-girl band. They ran out of beer and they were taking a collection, and he says, "Here, let me help." And he reaches in his pocket and pulls out this softball-sized wad of money. Says, "Here you go. Here's on me."
I'd like to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't get away with it in my current state of not being famous, but if I ever got famous, I'd like to just wander around doing random things like that. It's an interesting way of gaining life experience, isn't it?
Yeah. More celebrities could take a cue from Bill Murray's book.
Well, that's the thing. The people who become celebrities, they want to be famous.
Mm-hmm.
I hear somebody, I just act in movies. Oh, bullshit. You act in movies because you want to be famous. You could act in fucking local theater if all you cared about was the acting. Suck my balls. Trying to make it about I'm just doing this because I really want to be in film. It's just my job. You know what? You want to be famous and you get pissed off because people actually like you. All you gotta do is be nice to people.
Yeah,
that's it. And I mean, I do not take a single member of my audience for granted that people care. And I'm just a tiny person. And if I met my audience, I would sit there and talk with them for hours if they wanted.
Yeah. Exactly. And Bill doesn't even have a representative or a manager or an agent or anything like that.
Because he's smart.
Yep. The only way you can contact him is to get a hold of a certain 800 number, which is kept a very secret.
You know the comedian Gabriel Iglesias?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in his last stand-up, he told the story of how he met Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yep.
And it was on like a red carpet or whatever. And he noticed that Arnie has a guy that stands behind him, and he basically taps Arnie on the shoulder when it's time to move on to the next person to shake their hand.
Yeah.
And he asked the guy just to start tapping him really fast. So Arnie starts shaking people's hands and then moving on, going, "Pleased to meet you," and then shaking their hand and moving them on one after another. I think that's mad. I think that's insane.
Yeah, but whether you're a fan of Bill's acting or not, how can you not be? But whether you're a fan or not, you have to appreciate his this bit of awesomeness. I mean, he just wants to be a regular guy. He just wants to be on the ground floor. Just hang out. So is it story time?
It is story time.
Okay, I got a short one for today, and probably not as hilarious as some of them I've told up to now, but my mind was so full of this whole Covington thing that I had a hard time thinking of what I wanted to talk about. But we'll call this blind farts.
Okay.
Back when I first moved out of the house, mom and dad's house, for the first time, I was 18 years old, and this was the same house where I shot the guy in the butt. I lived there, and there was a fellow that would stay there every once in a while, and his name was Patrick. Patrick was blind. How do we know Patrick was really blind? Because he had no eyeballs. They were surgically removed. But Patrick was a great guy. He was a lot of fun. He drank a lot of Stroh's beers. You didn't mess with Patrick because he was actually the boxing champ of his blind school. And if he could hear you, he could hit you and hit you hard. And he was also very cool because he had it figured out. Patrick had this thing that he called heady. If he said heady, you knew what he wanted. He wanted to feel your head and your face to get some idea of what you looked like. But the thing is, 9 times out of 10, the people he said heady to were the young girls.
Of course.
Let's just say he felt a little more than their head.
Oh. What if you can get away with it?
Well, yeah, he's a blind guy. What are you going to do? Nobody wants to hit the blind guy. But he was pretty cool. I would joke with him all the time. I took him around a lot of places, would drop him off at a tavern he liked to drink at, or if he had to go somewhere else. Always teasing with him. I'd go to take him somewhere and I'd hand him my keys and it's your turn to drive, Patrick. You know, or if he didn't quite understand something, I would say something like, "What's the matter with you, Patrick? Can't you see?" and it was all good. It was like he was a little older than the rest of us. He was probably in his mid 30s to early 40s, and we were all 18, 19 years old kids, you know. Anyway, there was this one time he had to go to the drugstore to get a prescription filled. So I said, "Yeah, I'll take you. Come on." And we went and got his prescription filled, and we're standing in line, and for whatever reason, it was really busy. So we were like 6 people back in line, and there's another 6 people behind us. And we're standing there, and we're waiting, and Patrick's got a hold of my elbow, you know, because he's blind and needs a little help getting around. And we're standing there, and all of a sudden, I started seeing all people in line making all these funny faces, and then it hit me. I knew why. There was the rankest smell you ever smelled in your life. And everyone is dying like, "Oh my God, what is it?" And tears are coming to their eyes. There's people gagging in line. And I looked around. The only one not gagging is Patrick. And he's got a smile from ear to ear.
Because they're not going to blame the blind man, are they?
I'm like, "Patrick, did you fart?" And with that you've seen that big blind person smile, you know, and while they're weaving their head, he goes, "Yes, I did." So there you go, folks. Blind farts.
There you go. And a bunch of people gagging in line as well. Fantastic.
I don't know what's up with Patrick. Like he may be gone for now. Unfortunately, I lost touch with that circle of friends a few years after that. So,
well, people do move on, don't they?
Yeah. RJ Bandsman, he was gay. I don't doubt it. He drank a lot of Stroh's beer. A lot of Stroh's beer. So yeah, I'm not surprised.
Oh, well, we're in the last few minutes of the stream.
Yep.
So maybe some questions from the audience.
Yep.
For Bloodwing to answer for you guys as well, guys. Just another quick shell. If you haven't liked the stream already, please do so. And if you could share Bloodwing's channel about, that would be really awesome. One great thing you could do right now is become a patron of Bloodwings to support him and his live streams that he does 3 times a week. For as little as $1 a month, it would really, really, really help out the old man. So
now there's not a lot on. Yeah, there's not a lot on my Patreon. I haven't done a lot with it other than just open it. I promise to get to that sometime, but I will start naming off some of my patrons and supporters on any future non-stream videos that I do, and I am going to do some. I promise. I'm not going to be like certain people that we won't mention. Monkey, but. Not making videos anymore, dude.
I'm thinking about making one. I really am.
He's been thinking about it for about 2 years.
No, I have video footage downloaded. Yeah, we'll see.
Favorite subject in school? History. I am a big history nut.
Favorite in school? I hated history because so much of it that we learned was ancient history. I loved when we got to American history.
Yeah.
I would have even liked contemporary European history if they'd done it, but so much of it was spent on like I give a fuck about the Tigris and Euphrates, really?
Right.
I get it. That's where we think life, well, modern life began, but
the
really,
cradle of civilization.
I don't give a fuck about the Fertile Crescent. Suck me. I think my favorite was probably science.
I enjoyed science because I was good at it.
Yeah. I also really liked music a lot. I majored in music, which means I do know how to write and transpose music and stuff like that. So.
British British schools from infant to high school have a really bad habit of focusing on things like the Vikings, because I guess that's a part of our history. I never learned about the War of the Roses. Learned a lot about Henry VIII. learn ancient Roman history. So some of it, not all of it. Not enough of it, to be honest, in my opinion. The American Civil Rights Movement, World War I and II, obviously. The Holocaust as a separate subject. That's pretty much it, really.
Grillin' Pirate Pete wants to know how close I live to the Indy 500. He has a cousin who lives just down the street from it and posts pics of the freak show. They walk past her house on the way to the track. I live close enough that if the wind is right, you can hear them. But that takes in a huge area because those dudes are loud. If you don't think so, go when you're. I did used to live. If you've ever been to the track, then you'll know what the Coke lot is. And I used to live right across the street from the Coke lot, which meant they were so loud that while I was sitting on the john in my bathroom, it sounded like they were going to come right through my bathroom. But yeah.
Wow. Bitch over on Twitter just tweeted out, someone, well, it was actually like 2 hours ago, someone go shoot up the Covington Catholic, give them a taste of their own medicine.
That was a screenshot shared by James Wood, wasn't it?
Yeah. Did he do that today? I know he did one the other day.
He shared a screenshot of that tweet that you just said. And I went looking for the tweet, but I couldn't find it.
Oh, then it can't be the same one because this one's still up.
I don't know, Toasted. That's up to Monkey.
What's that?
He wants to know if you're going to be on the next stream.
If I can be, I'm always happy to come hang out.
Guys, it is actually, my clock shows a minute past, so it's about that time to end it. Thanks everybody for showing up. Thanks for the ratio. My gosh, 109 likes. That's just amazing to me. And this time last month, I was trying to figure out if I'm ever going to pass 1,000 subs. So,
and you did.
Yeah. Thank you, Bear, for coming out. Is there anything you want to shill?
I think I'm going to do a Lord Bear video tomorrow for Irate Alex. And guys, I need more followers on Irate Alex. So there's the @ for Twitter. Just go to Twitter, search @Irate Alex, and give that a follow.
Yeah, there you go. Go give him a sub. Monkey, thanks for coming. Anything you got?
Tonight, I will be on Lords of the Night on Scribe Light's channel at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then after that, I'm going to be over on Jack Gunsky's channel playing Quiplash. Hey,
there you go. That'll be a good time. Yeah. I know I don't show up at the Lords of the Night very often anymore, but that's because usually I'm napping about then. I fall asleep. But yeah, go check it out. It's worth the watch, guys, if you haven't. So thanks everybody for coming out. Thanks, chat. You guys are wonderful. And as always, get out of my yard.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, guys.